Hello video log, this is to myself. I learned today that it's not going to make any difference, but I learned today that I set myself goals and I don't know, I get obsessed with them. You know, there should be flexibility because I'm on holiday. I have plenty of time. I've got 2 months to complete what I've done in the last 23 days. But I get obsessed with deadlines and achieving goals that I set myself. But here's what I learned today. I don't stop when I'm uncomfortable. I push myself beyond a comfortable limit, and people don't like that. I've noticed today, young people, not all young people, professional people seem to accept it more and understand if you're at your wit's end, whereas young people just see you as being aggressive, irritated, rude. You know, they see you as on face value, irrespective of what you've been through, and they don't care. So, you know, that's hard for me to accept because I'm doing this out of my own pocket. I'm doing this out of my own money. I'm not getting paid to push myself to these limits. I've done 127 kilometres today. It's taken me 10.5 hours, and like I say, my bearings have seized up twice. I've had 2 punctures, and it's been a real plateful. And you know, I'm not complaining to them. I'm going in to use their services, to buy their food, to buy their hotel rooms. You know, it's just unprofessional. But it's a fact, and it's the same in England. I push myself too hard. I go beyond a comfort zone. That's what I'm going to call it. That's what I've learnt today. You've got to have goals. You've got to try and achieve things, but you know you've got to try, but you've got to have a level of comfort that you won't go beyond. You've got to have. I'll give you an example. There was a hotel, 25 kilometres back, 27 kilometres back, something like that. And I really wanted to achieve this goal, but the hotel was there. The restaurants were there. My favourite Mary Brown's restaurant was there, and the hotel would have been dirt cheap as well. A nice Oyo hotel. I was uncomfortable. I'd had a hard time already. This was only an hour and a half ago, maybe 2 hours ago. I should have stopped there. I should have gone in the hotel, but I would have been almost another 30 kilometres from where I am now. And tomorrow, I might not have been able to get into Singapore and back out again. And I set myself a goal of tomorrow to actually do that. But I'm very for the last 2 hours. I've been very uncomfortable. Like I say, since I left that place, my bearings seized up again, and I got another puncture. And I had already cycled almost 100 kilometres at that point. You know, for God's sake, is getting there on time when you have loads and loads of time that important? Is getting to your goal. I mean, I only made that goal, you know, when I first arrived in Malaysia. Yeah, I was going to try and do 100 kilometres a day, but, you know, there could be days when I didn't fancy cycling. There could be days when I didn't want to. But I just get wrapped up in it. Maybe it's the way I do things. I'm on my own. I can't reason these things through. And, you know, if you're on your own, you have to just join in with everybody else. Like I said yesterday, I started 7:30 today. I was thinking about not going at all. I was thinking about not leaving the hotel I was in last night, and you know, it was very tempting because I was sore. I thought it was going to be really difficult today, and I thought I'll give myself a day's rest and go tomorrow. That's what I should have done realistically. But when I woke up, I had family on my mind again, and they bother me, and they make my decisions. They affect my decisions. They make my decisions wrong. They make me make wrong decisions. I should have. Well, it wasn't as bad when it started off. The first 50, 70, 80 kilometres were going great. They went really well. I was pleased. I remember thinking while I was riding along, I'm glad I didn't stay there. This isn't as painful as I thought. It wasn't that uncomfortable. I was expecting it to be, but it wasn't. But then the bearings problem started and the punctures started. You know, so I did make the right decision not to stay at that hotel, but 30 kilometres ago I should have stayed at that hotel. I was waiting at the traffic lights outside. I should have stopped there because I was beyond my comfort zone. I was out of my comfort zone. But that's all I'm going to say on it for now. I'm going to think over it. That's the word I'm going to use anyway. You've got to have a limit of comfort where you take no notice of whatever you're thinking and say, I've done enough. You take no notice of what anybody else wants from you or anybody else expects from you. And you say, I've had enough today. And you go and you stop. Okay, and I'm going to stop now and think, okay, goodbye.